It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Green Bay. It's the 49ers and the Packers, and it comes your way next.
The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
The chance to head to Arizona in 2 weeks' time for Super Bowl 57. We are underway now in the NFC Championship. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense about to go to work, and it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Charles, at quarterback.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. To throw, it's Garoppolo. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And they try to razzle-dazzle, but the ball's out. Now they try a lateral, but it doesn't work. It's a loose ball. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. In a game of this magnitude, it's always good to get out to a great start, but a game of this magnitude, you go up early, that's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. Psychologically, you now have the advantage as well as on the scoreboard. And also, it's a settling effect for your team. You're in it now. You've got the lead. Let's just go play some more ball.
Gould able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there?
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now a draw play. This is Jones. 13 yards, first down, Packers. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Touchdown! Packers. Bo Melton, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. That was quite the call down around the goal line on 4th and goal.
Yeah, they fake the run, pull it out, throw it, and as a defense, I've been in that spot before, and we see it all the time. You almost have to overcommit against the run. You have to almost sell out and say, they're going to run it, go make a play. They got fooled on that one.
Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And Bo Melton with a touchdown reception to finish the drive off. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. Gold to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So we've reached, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And able to find out on Lazard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. They will find Davis. That's complete. On the move past the 40. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And they're going to speed things up here. Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. He's into the secondary. And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tunyon, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And incomplete on the deep ball. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate? And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Packers! Robert Tunyon with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Niners set to take over on offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. first play of the drive there is incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Back now at Lambeau. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Now Garoppolo. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Now left side on the swing pass. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. Pass midfield. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
There's so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down. Now Rodgers. Uses the stiff arm. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Rodgers to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Back to throw, Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Niners are going to take over at their 11-yard line. They were in a great position situation to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Yeah, and he'll have a first down, but a great tackle there keeps him from getting to the boundary. Garoppolo to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Garoppolo. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. And a little floater there is incomplete. 4 quarters not enough for all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
Couldn't settle things. It's going to take overtime to figure out who wins the George Halas Trophy and punches their ticket to the Super Bowl. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And CD, we get to see the debut of the brand new postseason overtime rules. Now, as everybody is learning, both teams are going to be guaranteed an offensive possession. So they might get the ball first here, but a touchdown does not right away win the game.
And we saw many marker games along the way that sparked a lot of conversation. But the Buffalo-Kansas City game in 2022 playoffs, that really brought about this rule change. What an amazing game, a true classic. Ended in overtime without Buffalo getting a shot with the football, and the people didn't like that at all. So starting this season, if you make the playoffs, you'll get a chance to answer if the other team scores first. And that way, you get a chance to keep a great game as well as your hopes alive as you chase the big prize.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. First throw of OT for Garoppolo. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the Magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there.
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. And this will be out of bounds, and they spotted it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Robert Tonyan, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. This for a trip to the Super Bowl. And the kick is good. He got it. And with that, they are off to the Super Bowl. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.